I'm Ed Bouchette with Gerry Dulac after the Steelers pull out a win, 37-27. Gerry, in a game that went back and forth, Steelers go up 14-0, first time they've done that all year. Fall behind terribly when the Detroit Lions score all 27 of their points in the second quarter, are trailing 27-20, and then just put up 17-0 in the second half. Come from behind win. Nice big win for the Steelers today.
Yeah, Eddie, they started fast with the big lead, 17-3, and then they finished hard, 17-0 in the second half. And it's amazing the difference in the defense from the first half and the second half. But the players insist they did absolutely nothing different. There was no change in coverage, no change in the technique they used. They didn't do anything to Calvin Johnson. He had that big first half, 6 catches, 79 yards. Matthew Stafford, Eddie, threw for 327 yards. In the first half, he was 3 of 16 for 35 yards in the second half, and they just said they played better. They made some mistakes early. Obviously, they did. When the Lions came back, just went up and down the field on them with ease, throwing the ball. And then that all changed in the second half. And I think what the Steelers did today, Eddie, is they proved, or at least their offense proved, that if they get involved in these shootouts, now they had some help from their defense in the second half, but if they get involved in these shootouts, they can score some points. And by putting up 37 points, I think that was a big step for them because we have not seen that really all year.
No, he used a lot of no-huddle today, probably more than at any point this year. They came out in it. They did not just wait until they fell behind. And Gerry, Ben Roethlisberger actually outpassing Matthew Stafford with 367 yards. If I'd have told you who has 367, 4 touchdowns, no interception, and was sacked just once going into the game, you'd probably figure Matthew Stafford, because that's the kind of quarterback, kind of game he's played all year. He was sacked twice after getting sacked just 10 times this year. And what'd you say, 329 in the first half? Yeah. He finishes with just 362 passing. 1 interception, 2 touchdowns. And the Steelers defense did a magnificent job in the second half. And if you just looked at the second quarter, you might have thought they were the worst defense in the league.
Yeah, and it was headed for another New England game, Eddie. 610 yards, 55 points. That's what it was looking like it was going to be. But you mentioned Ben Roethlisberger throws 4 touchdowns, 2 to Antonio Brown. To give Antonio Brown credit, he took 2 short passes and turned them into long touchdowns. I think it was 68 yards total after the catch. And then a big play by Jericho Cotchery and a tremendous play by Ben Roethlisberger. They faked the screen to Marcus Wheaton, a little pump fake. Jericho Cotchery said they've been waiting for that screen. The Lions were. He said they wanted it. We gave it to him. He pretends to block, just like last week, kind of, where he had that little fake in the end zone on the fade. Pretends to block, wide open on the 20-yarder, and that was the winning touchdown. That was the end of the game right there. Credit to Ben Roethlisberger.
That was the one that put him away. It wasn't really the winning touchdown.
No, right.
That came on a 1-yard pass to Will Johnson. Yeah. And before that, the Steelers had 4th and 2, Gerry, out on the 34-yard line somewhere out there, and they decided to go for it. Roethlisberger throws a 3-yard pass to Le'Veon Bell. He stumbles. You think he might not make it. He makes it by a yard. They go in, and they score from there after several cracks at it again from the 1. Remember earlier, they couldn't score for the 1. They had to kick a field goal. So they finally put it in. They've been having their red zone troubles. Nevertheless, another come-from-behind, fourth-quarter comeback win for Ben Roethlisberger. He's had a couple of them this year. And the Steelers go to 4-6 now. We're not going to talk playoffs yet, but they're not out of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Eddie. 2 in a row. We've seen them do 2 in a row before with the Jets in Baltimore. Let's see. Then we still got to wait for them to do it again, do it a little bit more.
Cleveland coming up at Cleveland on Sunday. I'm Ed Bouchette with Gerry Dulac. Steelers win 37-27 over the Detroit Lions.